Hello friends, welcome to Wow IS. This is the part 10th of the May 2023 current affairs. In this we are going to cover the schemes part and the other topics that have been left in the magazine. In this initiative we are giving you the crisp summaries of the Vision monthly magazines for year 2024 in which you will be provided the summaries in less than 50 pages along with the video lectures. This is only at a rupees 599 cost and you can pay through this QR code and send us the payment detail on our mail ID. The link is also provided under the video. You can use that link to subscribe in the course. So let's start with today's topic. The first scheme here is schemes in news. The first scheme is Uday Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. We have earlier also covered this scheme and this scheme is again in news. Now, why this scheme is in news? Because Ministry of Civil Aviation has launched the 5.1 version of the Regional Connectivity Scheme (RCS), that is known as Uday Desh Ka Aam Nagrik, to enhance the connectivity to remote areas of the country and achieve last mile connectivity through helicopters. So, in this 5.1 version, we have the helicopter aspect here. What are the salient features of this RCS, Regional Connectivity Scheme? It was initiated in 2016 to enhance the civil aviation infrastructure and air connectivity in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. This has been under the purview of Ministry of Civil Aviation, and Airport Authority of India is the implementing agency. The salient features are this scheme aims to achieve its objective through monetary, that is VGF, viability gap funding, and non-monetary benefits offered to the airline operators provided for a limited duration of 3 years. Airlines are expected to establish routes and commerce and commence operations within this support period. Cooperative federalism, state level coordination committees were constituted to extend the various concessions and benefits to the airline operators under the scheme and to monitor airport infrastructure development. Then capped airfares. Under this, airfares on the seat on which VGF is provided are capped at affordable rates as determined by the government. The transparent competitive bidding is there, which is a two-step bidding process to select the airline operators. A market-based approach is used to establish the subsidy level within the pre-specified VGF caps. Then technology-enabled processes being involved. A web-based mechanism has been adopted to efficiently implement the scheme. The scheme is sustainably funded. This is a sustainably funded scheme because it is first of its kind scheme which funds regional connectivity through a levy of small fee on the flights operated on certain categories of domestic routes. The scheme has been continuously amended and there are various versions that are available. For example, in December 2016 when the scheme was launched, it was version 1.0. The selected unserved and underserved airports across the country was connected through the subsidized flights. Then UDAN 2.0 was brought next year, which focused on hilly areas, northeastern and island states to enhance the connectivity. Then in October 2018, the third version was brought, which included tourism routes under this scheme, in which the seaplanes and water air domes were introduced. In the international air connectivity scheme was also incorporated under RCS UDAN. Then UDAN 4.0 was brought in December 2019, which focused on awarding and operationalizing cancelled routes of past UDAN rounds as well as routes specifically requested by state governments, that is and Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Donor. So UDAN 4.0 was basically to see what has been the challenges and to re-energize those routes. Then UDAN 5.0 was brought in 2023. Its objective was to enhance connectivity to remote and regional areas of the country and achieve last mile connectivity. It focused on two categories, category 2 20 to 80 and category 3 that is more than 80 seats. The earliest stage length cap was of 600 kilometers waived off, and there has no restrictions on the distance between the origin and destination of the flights. Viability gap funding (VGF) to be provided will be capped at 600 kilometers stage length for both priority and non-priority areas, which was earlier capped at 500 kilometers. Airline would be required to commence operations within 4 months of the award of the route. Earlier, this deadline was 6 months. The same route will not be awarded to a single airline more than once, whereas in different networks or in the same network. Novation process for routes from one operator to another is simplified and incentivized. Other UDAN initiatives, Lifeline UDAN. With the advent of COVID-19, Lifeline UDAN was conceptualized to aid India in its fight against the pandemic. Then Krishi UDAN to assist farmers in transporting agricultural products so that it improves their value realization, especially in the northeastern tribal districts. Then International Air Connectivity Scheme IACS. MOCA developed the IACS to address the state government's request for assistance in establishing international airport connectivity. The next scheme with us is FAME 2. Government has reduced the subsidy on electric vehicles under FAME 2, that is faster adoption of manufacturing of electric vehicles. The objective of the scheme was to encourage faster adoption of electric vehicles and hybrid vehicle by the way of market creation and indigenization. Also to provide fiscal and monetary incentives for adoption of market creation of both hybrid and electric technology vehicles in the country. The target was to achieve 30% electric vehicles by 2030. Now what are the salient features of this FAME scheme? This was launched under the National Mission on Electric Mobility in 2016 under National Electric Mobility Mission Plan 2020. The scheme is implemented by Ministry of Heavy Industries. In FAME Phase 1, it was initially approved for 2 years commencing from 2015 with a total outlay of 895 crore rupees. It was extended from time to time with the last extension allowed for a period up to 31st March 2019. Government has approved Phase 2 of the FAME scheme with an outlay of 1000 crore for a period of 3 years commencing from April 2019. Then FAME India Phase 2 has been extended till 2024. Now, what are the key features of the FAME Phase 2? The focus is on public transportation. FAME 2 has greater focus on demand creation by pushing adoption of, first of all, electric vehicles in public transport and commercial segment. That is your buses, trucks and small commercial vehicles. It is planned to support 10 lakh electric two-wheelers, 5 lakh three-wheelers, then 55,000 four-wheelers and 7,000 buses. Privately owned registered electric two-wheelers are also covered under the scheme as a mass segment. Also, the government has put a cap on incentives for electric two-wheelers which will be 15% of the ex-factory price of vehicles from 40% at present. So it is now at 15% from 40% which is currently applicable. Now what is the availability? Vehicles fitted with only advanced chemistry battery meeting with minimum technical criteria and registered as motor vehicle as per the CMVR shall be eligible for incentive under the scheme. Then demand incentive. Out of the total budgetary support, about 86% of the funds have been allocated for demand incentive to create a demand for EVs in the country. Next is local manufacturing. Special incentives will be given for the local manufacturing of critical components for the electric vehicles, especially lithium-ion batteries. Only advanced battery and registered vehicles will be incentivized under the scheme. Next is establishment of charging infrastructure. About 2,700 charging stations will be established in metros, million plus cities, smart cities and cities of hilly areas across the country. Now these are the places in news which have been in this month. This is Ladakh, Purana Kila, Ranthambore Tiger Reserve, Juna Katia Site, then Bandhavgarh National Park, then Baralacha Park, Tungnath Temple, Bhopal Madhya Pradesh, then Kuno National Park, Hingoli and Nasik district. These are the places of the world that are in news. Greenland, Iran, you have to read these. Uzbekistan, it has held a new referendum for a new constitution. Then Myanmar, a vessel was flagged off from the Syama Prasad Mukherjee port in Kolkata to officially kickstart the operation of Sitwe port in Myanmar. Then the cyclone Mocha also made landfall in Myanmar. Then Qatar, UN held crucial Afghanistan talks. Cambodia, INS Delhi and INS Satrupa made a port call at the Sihanoukville in Cambodia. Then Sri Lanka, Maldives, Ethiopia, Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, Somalia, Nigeria, Kosovo, Italy and Turkey. So just go through this map. This will help you in locating the places in news in the there are the places in news in the world. Next is personalities in news. First one is Maharana Pratap. He was a Rajput king, belonged to Sisodia clan of Rajput and was the ruler of Mewar, province of Rajasthan. His army fought against Mughals in the famous battle of Haldi Ghati, and Chetak was his loyal horse. So this is important. Then Akkamma Cherin. She was born in 1909 in Travancore in Kerala. In 1938, she gave up her teaching job inspired by Gandhiji and joined Travancore State Congress, and fight for the India's independence. She also led a protest march in 1938 against the then king and diwan of the erstwhile Travancore to pressure rulers to release jailed leaders and establish a responsible government in Travancore. Mahatma Gandhi dubbed her as Jhansi ki Rani of the Travancore. She was also given a task to organize the Desa Sevika Sangh Women's Volunteer Corps, and she was elected to the Travancore Legislative Assembly in 1947. She wrote her own biography known as Jivitham Uru Samaram, that is Life a Struggle. Next is Allama Muhammad Iqbal. He was born in Sialkot and was educated in Arabic, Persian and Urdu. He taught philosophy, practiced law and got involved in politics and also attended Second Roundtable Conference. He was the brain behind the idea of Pakistan and was decorated with knighthood by King George V. Next is Govind Sankarakurup. He was the famous Malayalam poet and thinker. He published his first poem called Salutation to Nature at the age of 17 in 1918. He was influenced by Rabindranath Tagore and Mahatma Gandhi for humanism. His contributions are translated Gitanjali and Oda Kuzal, that is flute. Achievements and award. He was given Kerala Sahitya Academy Award in 1961 for his poetry collection Vishwanatham. Then Sahitya Academy Award in 1963 for Vishwadarshan, and Janpat Award in 1965 for first edition of Oda Kuzahal. He was also nominated as a Rajya Sabha member in 1968. Then Upendra Bandyopadhyay. He was born in 1879 in Chandranagar, Hooghly, West Bengal. He was editor of Yugantar and Aurobindo Ghosh Vande Mataram Journal. He was associated with Maniktala Garden House Group, a group of freedom revolutionaries. He was also involved in Alipur conspiracy case and attempt to murder the district judge of Muzaffarpur. Then Upendranath was arrested by British along with the Brindranath Ghosh and other and was sent to Salora jail, that is Kalapan in Andaman and Nicobar. He wrote his experience in the Salora jail in Nirba Sister Atmakatha, Soliloquy of the Abandoned. Then integrity and patriotism. He fearlessly fought against British colonial rule and stood up for what he believed was right, even if it meant facing severe consequences. He dedicated his life to the cause of independence and actively participating in revolutionary activities. Next is Dinesh Chandra Mazumdar. He was born in 1907 in Bhashkrit, 24 Pargana, West Bengal. He was inspired by Pulin Bihari Das and associated with revolutionaries like Bipin Bihari Ganguly. He joined Shimla Bayam Samiti and anti-British group Jugantar. He spearheaded the training group of Chhatri Samagri units empowering girls through self-defense. He threw a bomb at the then Police Commissioner of Calcutta, Charles Augustus, and attacked Alfred Wollston, the editor of Statesman. He was hanged in 1934 in Alipur Central Jail. His revolutionary spirit and determination. He was driven by the vision of a free and independent India, and he pursued his ideals with unwavering determination. Next is Ganeshai Damodar Savarkar. He was also known as Baba Rao Savarkar and was born in 1879 in Bhagpur, Maharashtra. He was the elder brother of revolutionary Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. He was co-founder of Abhinav Bharat Society in 1904, founded Mitra Mela. He joined a revolutionary group called Rashtra Bhakt Samhu and was proponent of the Swadeshi movement. He was inspired by Italian revolutionary Mazzini and associated with the Nasik conspiracy case. He was sentenced to rigorous punishment for his nationalistic activities in cellular jail. So with this, we complete the May 2023 current affairs. We are going to come up with the June 2023 current affairs in our next edition. So thank you very much and have a nice day.